Good morning, dear students. So we were discussing about the sources of water pollution, isn't it? So far we have seen some of the sources of water pollution. The first one, that is the sewage and other oxygen demanding waste. Then the second one, that is the infectious agents. Then the third one, that is the plant nutrients, isn't it? Regarding the NPK mixtures, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. And then coming to the fourth source of water pollution, that is the agricultural pollution. Okay, fourth one, that is the agricultural pollution. So here in the case of agricultural pollution, normally the major source, it will be the fertilizers used for agriculture, isn't it? That is an NPK mixture will be used normally. NPK mixture means it is a mixture of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium in a certain ratio. Okay. So what happens is that this nitrogen, it will be after oxidation or by the action of bacteria, this nitrogen will be converted to nitrates. Okay, nitrogen will be converted to nitrates, and these nitrates, it will be contaminating the drinking water. Okay, nitrates will be contaminating the drinking water. And also see what happens is that when these nitrates, when on reduction, this nitrates on reduction, it will be converting to nitrites. Okay, nitrates, the formula is NO3 minus. Nitrites means the formula is NO2 minus. So here nitrates will be reduced to nitrites. And also this nitrites on reduction, what happens is that it will be combining with hemoglobin present in our blood. Okay, nitrites will be combining with hemoglobin. That means it will be forming a bond with this hemoglobin. See, normally hemoglobin, it is present in blood, and also what happens is that this due to the combination of this nitrites and hemoglobin, it will be reducing the oxygen carrying capacity in our blood. Okay, this nitrates on combination with hemoglobin, it will be reducing the oxygen carrying capacity of our blood, and thus it will be harmful to human beings also. So that is the case for nitrates. So nitrates on reduction, while reaching to our stomach, it will be reduced to nitrites, and these nitrites will be combining with hemoglobin. So this while this combination takes place, what happens? It will be reducing the oxygen carrying capacity of our blood, and thus it is highly poisonous or highly toxic to human beings also. Then again in the fertilizer, the phosphorus is there, isn't it? Normally this phosphorus by the action of bacteria or on oxidation, this phosphorus will be converted to phosphates, that is PO4 3 minus. PO4 3 minus is phosphates. Okay. So this phosphates, what happens, as already we have seen already, isn't it? This phosphates, when reaches the water bodies, that is when it is reaching the water bodies such as ponds, then rivers, lakes, etc. What happens? It will be leading to, this is a nutrient for the plants. Okay, phosphates, it is a nutrient for plants. So the plants present in the water bodies, that is the algae, etc. So this algae will be, the growth of this algae will be enhanced due to the presence of this phosphate. So if excessive algal growth is there in the water bodies, what happens? It will lead to eutrophication, isn't it? This phosphates, it will be leading to eutrophication, and as a result, this excessive algal growth, and as a result, there will be depletion of oxygen in water bodies. While all this algae, while it is decaying, it will be resulting in the depletion or decrease in the level of oxygen. We have seen a water body, the dissolved oxygen content, isn't it? The oxygen present in the water bodies, isn't it? So due to the presence of this phosphates, it will accelerate the growth of the algae present in the water bodies, and thus leading to depletion of oxygen. So this is how agricultural pollution affects this water bodies. Okay, so nitrates, one important part, then phosphates, another part. Okay, this is the action of nitrates and phosphates in the water pollution. Then the next one, that is the fifth one, that is the organic chemicals. See, normally we are using so many chemicals in our daily life, isn't it? Organic chemicals. So the main organic chemical that we pollute usually, that is the detergents. We are using a large quantity of detergents for washing our clothes, isn't it? So these detergents are also highly poisonous. Then along with this detergents, pesticides are there. We are using pesticides for plants, etc. then and also some industrial products are there. So these are all these are all things will be leading to this water pollution. So detergents, pesticides, then industrial products, some chemicals are there. It will also be harmful to this water bodies or water. And also see very low concentration. See, have you heard of phenol? Phenol, that is C6, the structure it will be like this, C6H5OH. That is the formula for phenol, C6H5OH. This is phenol, it is a highly acidic organic compound. And also this phenol, even at a very low concentration, that is about 1 parts per million of this phenol in water bodies, it will be killing the fish present in the water bodies, or it will be harmful to this fishes present in the water body. See, phenol sometimes if the rivers it's on the some factories are there, the byproducts will be there, in the byproducts there will be phenol. So even very traces of that is 1 parts per million will be harmfully affecting these fishes, etc. Okay, so that is one point, that is the some of the after effects of the industrial products. Okay, then going to the detergents. We are using detergents for washing, and also this detergents, it has got 2 components. Okay, detergents has got 2 components. The first component, that is the surfactants, and the second component, that is the builders, surfactants and builders. So here surfactants means it will be dissolving, or it will be removing the dirt present in our clothes. Okay, surfactants will be removing the dirt present in our clothes. And these builders, the purpose of these builders is to increase the activity of the surfactants, or it will be helping the reaction of the surfactants with dirt. It will be enhancing the reaction of the surfactants. Okay, so these are the 2 components present in the detergents, that is the one part, that is the surfactants, and the second part, that is the builders. So here this surfactants means it is surface active agents. Surface active agents. See here, see normally this dirt, it will be an oil coated form, isn't it? So that means it will not be water soluble. Normally if the dirt, we are soaking your clothes in normal water, what happens? The dirt won't be removed, isn't it? That means the dirt, it has got some oil content and it will not be get reacting with this water. So while we are adding detergents, what happens? The surfactants, it will be dissolving this dirt, or this, it will be dissolving the oil present in oil or grease present in our clothes. Okay, so this surfactants will be removing the dirt present in our clothes. And also this surfactants, it has got 2 parts, that is the hydrophilic part. It has got 2 parts, that is the hydrophilic part and the hydrophobic part. This is not in your textbook, this is just for your knowledge. Okay, so this surfactants has got hydrophilic part as well as hydrophobic. See, hydro, the word hydro means it is what it is the term related with water. Okay, hydro means the term is related with water. So hydrophilic, the term philic means it is loving. Okay, philic or philia means it is loving, and phobia means it will be hating, isn't it? Loving and hating, isn't it? Philic part means it is loving and phobic part means it is hating. So hydrophilic means the term itself, it will be explaining the meaning, isn't it? That means it is water loving. One part is water loving and the another part is water hating component. Okay, so this surfactants, it will be, so usually this hydrophilic part, it is an anionic part. Okay, anionic part means it has got a negative charge. And also this hydrophobic part, it will be an alkyl part. That means it is a long chain hydrocarbon. It is a straight chain part. That means it will be having carbon hydrogen skeleton. Okay, that is what is called as the alkyl part. CH. It will carbon. It has got 4 valencies. So here it can be alkyl chain means it can be CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 like that. This is an alkyl part. Okay. So the hydrophilic part, it is the water loving part, and the hydrophobic part, it is the water hating part. And the hydrophobic part, it is usually organic straight chain part. Then this hydrophilic part, it is an anionic part. So these 2 will be helping to dissolving the dirt, or it will be helping to remove the dirt present in our clothes. Okay, so then coming to the next part, that is the builders. So here, this builders, it will be helping the cleaning action of this surfactants. And also this builders, usually they are inorganic compounds of sodium salts. Builders are inorganic compounds of sodium salt. And also sodium salt, and sodium salt of, it can be sodium salt of phosphoric acid. Sodium salt of phosphoric acid. Then it can be sodium salt of carbonic acid. Carbonic acid, then silicic acid. You need not study the formulas as well. Silicic acid, then boric acid, then sulfuric acids. Okay. So this is the chemical component of this builders. Okay. So these builders are the inorganic compounds of the sodium salt of phosphoric, carbonic or silicic or boric or sulfuric acids. So that is the case of builders, and it will be helping in the better action of this, better cleansing action of the surfactants. And normally these builders, it will be having 40% of sodium tripolyphosphate. Sodium tripolyphosphate. That means again it is a phosphate compound, isn't it? See here it has got a phosphate part. Again tripolyphosphate. That means poly means it has got so many number of phosphate group is there for builders. 40% tripolyphosphate. So that means it includes so much phosphorus content. Okay. So again, what happens to the phosphorus content? If the high concentration of phosphorus is there, what happens? It will be leading to eutrophication. That means if it is reaching the water bodies, normally we are washing it with water, isn't it? So it will be reaching to the river bodies and it will water bodies, and it will be leading to eutrophication. And as a result, eutrophication, what happens? It will be again leading to depletion of oxygen in water bodies. Okay, it will be leading to depletion of oxygen in the water bodies. Again, so, see this builders, it will be enhancing the activity of the surfactants, and also it will be this builders, it will be active even in hard water itself. So, you know, hard water, sometimes while we are going to the northern states of India, we can see the water there, it will not form any foam with soap, isn't it? It will not develop any lather with soap, isn't it? So this such type of water we can call it as a hard water. That means those water which does not develop a foam with a soap. So that is called as a hard water. And so this hard water, it is due to the presence of calcium ions as well as the magnesium ion Ca2+ and Mg2+. Hard water, it is due to the presence of Ca2+ and Mg2+. And also this these builders, it will be acting effectively even in hard water also. Okay, so that is another advantage of this builders. So it will be working very smoother in hard water also. And also builders, it will be having 40% sodium tripolyphosphate. That means it has got a very high concentration of phosphorus, and while reaching this phosphate content to water bodies, what happens? It will be leading to eutrophication, thus depletion of oxygen. Thus it will be harmfully affecting our water bodies. And also, see in the case of organic chemicals, so this is about the details regarding this detergent. So mainly you have to go through these two parts, surfactants as well as the builders and the chemical components present. Surfactants, it will be it means it is the surface active agents. And again builders. Okay, so you have, if you are asked for a 4-mark question, you have to write all these points. Okay, that means in the section C part, for a 4-mark question, if it is asked, you can write this much details. Okay, sometimes this will be asked as an essay, that is the discuss the main sources of water pollution. Okay, so again in the case of organic chemicals, see organic chemicals, it is highly toxic. That means at a very low concentration itself, it will be harmful to human beings as well as the aquatic organisms. Okay, then the next source of water pollution, that is the oils. Okay, oils. See this oils, usually how this oils will be reaching the water bodies. See, sometimes you have seen this oil tankers, isn't it? That means the tankers which is carrying oil, and also it may be sometimes leaked, and so the discharge from the oil tankers, it is one of the most important source of water pollution. And also this offshore drilling rigs. Offshore drilling rigs, have you heard of this drilling rigs? Offshore drilling rigs means, see, this petroleum and the petroleum byproducts, they are extracted, or they are explored and extracted by using certain machineries. Okay, and it has got all the facilities. These machineries will be having all the facilities to explore, then to extract and to store the petroleum products that they are extracting, or that they are digging from the offshore seabeds. Okay, that means they are extracting this petroleum products from the, or drilling the petroleum products from the seabeds. Okay, so this offshore drilling rigs, that is the machinery, it is used to explore, extract and store this petroleum. So these three processes are going on in this offshore drilling rigs. At the same, all the processes are going simultaneously there in the offshore drilling rigs. So this petroleum products, they are obtained from the seabeds, isn't it? Sometimes it will be large, very deep in the sea itself, isn't it? So this offshore drilling rigs, it is a machinery for supporting all these processes, and also from these, and also from the oil tankers. So these are the two major sources of water pollution, mainly in oceans or seas. Okay, and also, see, this is one of the most important source of water pollution, and also this is doing unintentionally. Okay, that means there is no other way for controlling that process. So it is doing unintentionally, and also sometimes intentionally oil pollution is taking place. How it is going on intentionally, that you know, sometimes the tanker, it will be carrying cargo. Okay, tanker carrying cargo, that is it is filled with crude oil. Okay, it will be going and it will be discharging this oils somewhere at some places, and on the return journey of this tanker, for the balance of this tanker, it will be filling with sea water. Okay, this tanker, for the balance, to maintain its balance, it will be filling with sea water to keep this tanker steady. That we can call it as a ballast. Okay, ballast. So this tanker carrying the crude oil, it will be discharged to a particular point, and on its return journey, it will be filling the tanker, it will be filled with sea water, and for maintaining the balance of the tanker. Okay, so what happens is that after reaching its destination point, what happens is that this sea water inside the tanker, it is mixed with oil, isn't it? So what happens, this oil mixed with sea water, it will be again discharged to the sea itself. Okay, this oil along or mixed with seawater or contaminated with seawater, it will be again discharged to the sea itself. Okay, so as you know, this seabirds are there, isn't it? They will be these seabirds, it will be sometimes dipping their feathers into the sea, isn't it? So this birds normally with inside their feathers, what happens, some air is entrapped into the in the feathers of the birds. What is the purpose of air entrapped in the birds in the feathers? That means it has to make the bird warmth, for getting warmer. For getting warmer, this air is entrapped into the feathers of the birds, isn't it? Otherwise, it will be getting colder and it will be having some diseases. So, air normally, these birds, between their feathers, some air is entrapped. And see, while these birds, when it touches the surface of the water, what happens? This oil mixed with water, it will be entering into the feathers of the birds, isn't it? So what happens there? The entrapped air within the bird, it will be escaped. Okay, the entrapped air within the feathers of the bird, it will be escaped. So what happens? It makes the bird colder. Okay, it makes the bird colder, and then it will be susceptible to diseases. Okay, so this oil pollution or the discharge from this oil tankers, it will be affecting the seabirds. See, normally the feathers of the birds, it will be entrapped with air to make the bird warmth, or in order to prevent it from getting colder. So while this oil mixed with water, when the birds touches the surface of this water or this polluted water, the entrapped air will be escaped, and so what happens? The bird gets colder and it will be susceptible to diseases. Okay, and also This one of the major byproduct of this industries, that is 3,4-benzpyrene. It is 3,4-benzpyrene, BENZPYRENE, benzpyrene. Okay, this 3,4-benzpyrene, it is carcinogenic. Carcinogenic means it is a cancer causing chemical. Okay, 3,4-benzpyrene, it is a cancer causing chemical, or it is, we can say it is carcinogenic. Normally carcinogenic means it is cancer causing a chemical. So the structure of this 3,4-benzpyrene, it will be like this. See, one benzene ring, this is a benzene ring. Okay, then the second benzene ring, then again the third benzene ring. Okay, then here two more benzene rings above this. So this is the structure of 3,4-benzpyrene. Okay, so these are some of the after effects of oil, or one of the sources of water pollution, that is oil. Okay, then the next one, that is the seventh one, that is the industrial waste. So this industries is a major cause of water pollution, isn't it? So industrial waste, normally from industries, so many inorganic salt and minerals will be coming out from the industries, isn't it, as a byproducts, or as a result of the chemical products going on, chemical process going on there. Okay, so many inorganic salts, then minerals, then finely divided metals are there. Finely divided metals, and also their compounds are also there. These are very harmful to our water sources. And also normally in industries, some metallurgical process are there. Metallurgical process, you have heard of this metallurgical processes, that is the extraction of metals from its ore, isn't it? And also one of the metallurgical process is smelting. Smelting, the process means it is the extraction of metal from its ore. Ore means it is the rich content of that particular metal. Extraction of metal from its ore, the process is called as smelting. And also ore means it has got the highest content of a particular metal. So this process, or this metallurgical process, or this melting process, it will be destroying the aquatic life. It will be harmfully affecting this aquatic organisms or aquatic bodies. Okay, then again another important chemical that is harmfully affecting, that is the case of mercury. Okay, so mercury, as you know, it is highly toxic. And also this mercury from the industries, etc., while it reaches the water bodies, what happens is that the anaerobic bacteria present in the water bodies, this anaerobic bacteria, it will be present very deeply inside the mud. Okay, it will be seen in usually in muds. And this anaerobic bacteria, it will okay, so this anaerobic bacteria, it will be converting this inorganic mercury, Hg means mercury. Okay, it will be converting this inorganic mercury to methyl mercury. It will be converting inorganic mercury to methyl mercury. The formula, it is CH3Hg+. Okay, and also this methyl mercury, it is a highly poisonous chemical compound. Okay, so thus the water body gets polluted. Okay, so this mercury which is the mercury from the factories, etc., it will be reaching the water bodies, and in the water bodies, the anaerobic bacteria, it will be present very deep inside the mud, and they will be converting this inorganic mercury to methyl mercury, that is CH3Hg+. It will be harmfully affecting the water bodies. Then another important industrial byproduct or industrial waste, that is called as the brine. Brine means it is a saturated salt solution. Brine means it is a saturated salt solution or saturated sodium chloride solution. Normally salt means, the chemical name of common salt is sodium chloride, isn't it, NaCl. So brine, it is the saturated salt solution. And see, this brine, it is used in the process of petroleum drilling. Okay, brine is used in the process of petroleum drilling. So it is also a major water pollutant. Brine is also a major water pollutant. Okay, then the next, another compound, that is, so mercury, then brine. Then the next harmful chemical, that is sulfur. Okay, sulfur usually the sulfur will be reaching the water bodies. It will be from the some of the while during the extraction of metal from its ore, isn't it? So here sulfur, it is commonly present in FeS2. Okay, FeS2, the name it is iron pyrites. Iron pyrites. So in this compound sulfur is there, isn't it? Iron pyrites. What is the other name for iron pyrites? It is fool's gold. Normally it will be asked in your PSC questions, etc. Okay, iron pyrites or fool's gold. It will be having just the color of the gold, or just the almost the similar color of this gold. Okay, so it is called as the fool's gold, FeS2. And again, so in this FeS2, it has got so much of sulfur content. And one more compound is there, that is the copper pyrites. There also this sulfur is present enormously. And when this sulfur, when it will be coming with when coming in contact with water H2O, and also in air means it has got so much of oxygen, isn't it? So when this sulfur comes in contact with water as well as air, what happens? It will be converted to sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Okay, so this will be converted to sulfuric acid. And this sulfuric acid, what happens? What is the nature of the sulfuric acid? It is a very strong acid, isn't it? Very minute quantity also, or amount, means it will be highly poisonous or highly toxic. That means it will be, the acidity of the water content will be increased as a result of the presence of this sulfuric acid. Okay, so thus sulfur will be acting as a major water pollutant, and the source of sulfur, that is from iron pyrites as well as from copper pyrites. Okay, and also another source of water pollutant is again this chloride salt. Okay, sodium chloride, then calcium chloride, sodium chloride, calcium chloride. Okay, so this sodium chloride and calcium chloride, normally in cold countries, they are the roads are filled with ice, isn't it? The roads are filled with ice. So for melting this ice, for the melting of ice, this sodium chloride or calcium chloride is used. For the melting of ice, sodium chloride, calcium chloride is used, and again this will be reaching the water bodies. Again it will be acting as the major water pollutant. Okay, so that is how sodium chloride and calcium chloride acts as a water pollutant. That means a very large amount of ice will be required for melting this ice. Okay, then another water pollutant is lead. Okay, lead, then arsenic, then cadmium. Lead means Pb means lead. Okay, lead, it is Pb. Then arsenic, ARSENIC, that is As. Then cadmium, it is Cd. Okay, so lead, arsenic and cadmium are also some of the major water pollutants. Some of the major water pollutants. Again, see, we have to take the case of lead. Lead, you have heard of lead, isn't it? Lead is a leaded petrol. You have heard leaded petrol. Leaded petrol means it is a very good anti-knocking agent. Leaded petrol, it is a very good anti-knocking agent. Nowadays automobiles does not use this leaded petrol. Means this anti-knocking agents means it will be helping this petrol to burn very slowly. Okay, it will be burning petrol very slowly. That is the purpose of using this anti-knocking agents. So this leaded petrol means the compound used as the anti-knocking agent, that is tetraethyl lead. This is also one GK question, PSC question. Tetraethyl lead. Tetraethyl lead, it is an anti-knocking agent, and the short form of this tetraethyl lead is TEL. Okay, tetraethyl lead, it is a very good anti-knocking agent. That means it will be burning petrol slowly. So the formula for this tetraethyl lead is Pb C2H5 4 times. C2H5, that is alkyl group or ethyl group. Pb C2H5 4 times, that is tetraethyl lead. Again, one more compound is there, that is tetramethyl lead. Okay, Pb CH3 4 times. This is tetramethyl lead. Both of this will be acting as an anti-knocking agent, tetraethyl and tetramethyl lead. Okay, so this lead, what happens is that these lead compounds are also highly poisonous, and then on combustion of this petrol, what happens, this will be reaching the atmosphere, and through rain this will be coming to the water bodies. Okay, so on combustion, this lead compounds, it will be reaching the it will be reaching the atmosphere. Then while raining is going on, what happens, it will be reaching our water body. So thus lead will be contaminating our water bodies. Then again, normally lead pipes are there, lead pipes. So this lead pipes, it will be when in contact with water, this lead will be converted to lead hydroxide. Okay, lead hydroxide. Lead pipes will it will be when on contact with water, it will be converted to lead hydroxide. Thus the lead will be reaching the water bodies. Again, so many salt of lead are there. For example, lead chloride, PbCl2, lead chloride. Then lead bromide, PbBr2. Then PbO, lead oxide. Then PbS, lead sulfide. Then PbSO4, lead sulfate. So these are some of the harmful lead compounds which will be acting as a water pollutant. Lead chloride, lead bromide, lead oxide, lead sulfide, and then lead sulfate. So all these will be while reaching the water, what happens, during the uptake of human beings or by other animals or any living organisms, what happens, it will be preventing the synthesis of hemoglobin in man. Okay, it will be preventing, or it will be disrupting the synthesis of hemoglobin in man. And as a result, what happens, it will be leading to anemia. Some of the difficulties while our body has got lead content, that is anemia. Then nervous disorder, anemia, nervous disorder. Then brain damage, then loss of appetite. Loss of appetite are some of the after effects of the lead intake by humans. Okay, anemia, then nervous disorder, brain damage, then loss of appetite. These are some of the after effects of lead intake by human beings. Okay, then the next one, this another chemical compound, that is the arsenic. The second one, that is arsenic, As, arsenic. So this arsenic, normally it is present in pesticides and fungicides. Arsenic, it is present in pesticides and fungicides, and also arsenic 3 compounds, they are highly toxic. Arsenic 3 compounds are highly toxic. Normally this arsenic 3 compounds, it will be combining with the enzymes, and also this enzymes has got SH group. Okay, SH group, it will be in enzymes, it has got SH group, and this arsenic compounds, 3 compounds, it will be combining with SH groups present in the enzyme, and thus while having such a reaction, what happens, it will be inhibiting the enzymatic action, or it will be preventing the enzymatic action in our body. It will be inhibiting the enzymatic action in our body. And also one more point is that this arsenic 3 compounds, it will be resembling phosphorus. The structure, it will be resembling phosphorus. So structure of phosphorus, it will be like a tetrahedra. Okay, so this is the structure of phosphorus, P5. Okay, it will be a tetrahedral structure. This is the structure of phosphorus. Okay, so arsenic compounds will be having a similar structure. So what happens is that this arsenic compounds, once it reaches our human body, it will be interfering in the phosphorylation process going on in our body. See, you know, this phosphorylation process, it is a biochemical process. It is going on in our body, and this phosphorylation, what is phosphorylation? It is a biochemical process. And in this process, what happens is that this glucose, that is, we are taking the we are having our food, and this food will be converted to glucose, isn't it? And this glucose, it will be reacting with the phosphate. Okay, reacting with the phosphate, and addition of glucose to phosphate, what happens means it will be leading to the formation of adenosine diphosphate. Have you heard of this adenosine diphosphate? adenosine diphosphate. Then again this adenosine diphosphate, it will be converting to adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine diphosphate and adenosine triphosphate, that is ADP. Have you heard of ADP and ATP? So these are the molecules which gives energy, isn't it, from our food. That means food particles when combines with our glucose, when it reacts with this phosphate, it will be converted to ADP and ATP. ATP is the energy supplier for our body, isn't it? So this process, it is called as the phosphorylation process. See, what happens is that when arsenic 3 compounds reaches our body, it will be combining or it will be interfering in the phosphorylation process, since it has got a structure similar to that of the phosphorus. So it will be interfering the phosphorylation process, and as a result, what happens, it will be leading to harmful disorders for our body, okay, or it will be resulting in the and also higher doses, it will be coagulating our proteins, okay, coagulation of proteins. That is one of the after effects of this arsenic 3, coagulation of proteins. And as a result of coagulation of proteins, what happens, it will be leading to paralysis, okay, paralysis, then even to death, okay. So that is very harmful effect of this arsenic. It is highly toxic, and also it will be interfering in the phosphorylation process, leading to paralysis and even to death. Then another important source, inorganic salt, that is highly toxic, that is the cadmium, isn't it? So normally you have heard of this nickel cadmium batteries. Ni means it is nickel cadmium batteries. So the main source of this cadmium, it is from the nickel cadmium batteries. And also see, cadmium, it is highly toxic. Cadmium is also highly toxic, and it will be leading to anemia. Cadmium will lead to anemia, then kidney malfunction, then bone marrow disorder, etc. So these are some of the harmful effects of this cadmium. And normally then one more element, that is the inorganic mercury, Hg2+. So another harmful chemical, that is Hg2+. See, this Hg2+ will also interfere in the enzymatic action, okay. So enzyme, it has got a SH group, isn't it? So if this is enzyme, this is the protein part, and this is the functional group SH, okay. So this is the enzyme with SH group part, and this enzyme, it will be reacting with this mercury, Hg2+. So this Hg will be replacing these 2 hydrogens, okay. 2 hydrogens will be replaced by this mercury. So the structure of this enzyme, it will be becoming like this, S, then S, 2 hydrogens are replaced by 2 mercury, okay. So this is the this is how this mercury will be coagulating the action of, or it will be interfering the action of enzyme. So by forming this compound, what happens, this will be inhibiting the enzymatic action. It will be inhibiting the enzymatic action, inhibits the enzymatic action, okay. So this is another chemical inorganic compound which is harmfully affecting this our human beings as well as the living organisms. So mainly these 3 you have to study, that is lead, then arsenic, cadmium, then mercury, okay. So you have to study all this in detail. Sometimes it will be asked for a 4-mark question. Be ready for a 4-mark question. Then if an essay part is also asked, you can write the answer, okay. Then some other important harmful chemicals are which are affecting our body are again arsenic is there, then SB is antimony, okay. Arsenic, then antimony, then beryllium, then cadmium we have seen, then copper, Cu is copper, then molybdenum. I am writing these symbols because sometimes these English students as well as the economic students may not be aware of these compounds, okay. So Mo is molybdenum, then Pb is lead, we have seen, then mercury, Hg is mercury, then zinc is Zn, okay, cadmium, then arsenic, As, arsenic. So these compounds which they are highly toxic, that means even trace amounts it will be trace amounts, it will be much harmful to animals as well as human beings. Okay, animals and human beings, harmful to animals as well as human beings. Harmful to animals and human beings. What are the elements? Arsenic, then antimony Sb, beryllium Be, cadmium Cd, copper Cu, molybdenum Mo, Pb lead, then mercury Hg, zinc Zn. So even in trace amounts, they are much harmful to human beings as well as animals. Okay, so these are some of the industrial chemicals or industrial waste which will be harmfully affecting human beings, or which acts as a water pollutant. Okay, so in the next session we can go through some other sources of water pollution. Okay, hope you are clear with this, and if any doubts arises, you can call me or you can ask me in Google Classroom, or you can ask me in WhatsApp. Okay, and also I think I had given my number also. You just call me or you can WhatsApp me. Okay, thank you.